Well, now that we've got your attention, let the games begin! Cartridges assembling. Greetings. Game loading. Mind your fingers. Keep working, you rust buckets. Uh-oh. Ah, that's just great. Megabytes, terabytes, downbytes, gigabytes. First game up, distraction news.
And now, Distraction News with your anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Good evening. I'm Dora Smarmy, and welcome to Distraction News, where we give you the news and then ask you 5 questions about what we've just reported. So make sure you're not distracted. This just in, volcanic eruptions. The word volcano comes from Vulcan, the name of the Roman god of fire and metalwork. The ancient Romans believed that the fire and smoke coming from the mountains were Vulcan's furnace. Before a volcano erupts, it grows. That's because prior to the eruption of a volcano, the magma, or molten rock, boils some 50 to 100 miles below the surface. Then it begins to rise slowly through the cracks and weak points in the Earth's surface. The ground under the magma grows from the force of the boiling rocks. As magma rises, it gives off gases. These gases cause explosions that blow holes in the top of the volcano. We call these holes vents or craters. When the magma reaches the surface, we call it lava. The lava goes through the craters and flows down the side of the volcano like a fiery river. Lava can get very hot, over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Volcanoes also throw ash and rocks into the air. The larger rocks are called volcanic bombs. Uh-oh, better look out below. Volcanoes can be found all over the world. In 1980, one even erupted in Washington State, Mount St. Helens. Now let's see how well you were able to remember the facts. And be sure to count how many you get right. Before a volcano erupts, it does what? Loses its temper, shrinks, or grows? The answer is, it grows. As magma rises, it gives off what? A beautiful rainbow of colors, gases, or a shrill sound? The answer is gases. Exploding gases cause holes in the top of the volcano called what? Big holes, hot pits, or vents and craters? The answer is vents and craters. When the magma reaches the surface, we call it what? Ouch, ouch, hot, hot, hot. Lava or a rocky melt? The answer is lava. And finally, volcanoes can throw large rocks into the air. What are these rocks called? Crater makers, volcanic bombs, or, hey, wait a minute, that used to be my house? The answer is volcanic bombs. So, how did you score? Did I crush you? I hope not, because without you, I'm nothing. See you next time, and remember, don't let anything distract you from watching Distraction News.
This has been Distraction News with your favorite cardboard cutout anchor person, Dora Smarmy.
Work. Game time in 10 seconds. Poop or scoop?
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm talking here. That's better. All right, it's time once again to play Poop or Scoop. Can you tell the straight scoop true from the animal poop false? Test your knowledge of the animal kingdom by separating fact from fiction. And if you don't think we've got a really big show for you, listen to this. Poop or Scoop? Some rodents weigh more than 100 pounds. What do you think? Can rodents really get that big? If you smell a rat, say poop. But if you think this tale is true, call it the straight scoop. Straight scoop. The answer is, it's the straight scoop. When you think of rodents, you usually think of rats and mice. But the king of all rodents has to be their big cousin, the capybara. Capybaras live in the Amazon and can grow to weigh as much as 140 pounds. Wow. Poop or Scoop? The rhinoceros's horn is made of hair. What do you say? Is the rhino's horn made of hair? If you think you can just brush that aside, vote poop. But if you think this is one hair-raising story, vote Scoop. It's the straight scoop. That's right. And I'm not talking about a little bit of hair on that chinny chin. In fact, the rhinoceros's horn isn't really a horn at all. It's made of, you guessed it, hair. Only it's wrapped so tightly together, it makes for one tough customer. Talk about your bad hair day. Okay, now chew on this one. Poop or Scoop? Cows have 4 stomachs instead of 1 to help digest all that grass. What's it gonna be? Poop or Scoop? Do cows have 4 stomachs? If you think it's a bum steer, go with poop. If it rings a bell, scoop. The answer is, it's the straight scoop. Digesting all that grass can be awful hard on the stomach. That's why cows have 4 of them. They chew grass, churn it in their stomachs, then chew it some more. I kid you not. Okay, kids, this little fish known as the wrasse can swim safely among predators because it's deadly poisonous. Poop or Scoop? Is the wrasse safe from predators because he's poisonous? The answer is poop. The wrasse is safe from these nasty predators, not because he's poisonous, but because he keeps their skin and teeth free of bacteria and parasites. Now, if they can only find someone to do their hair and nails, well, kids, that's all we got for you today. If you got only 1 right, you're a party pooper. 2, and you're a pooper scooper. 3 makes you a super pooper scooper. If you got all 4 questions, you're what else? A super duper pooper scooper. I'm telling you, you can't get this kind of entertainment just anywhere. So please, join us again next time for Poop or Scoop.
Matey, shiver me timbers, yo-ho-ho. Look alive, ye lollygaggers. I'm the incredibly dead Captain Bones. I've been sailing the 7 seas for an eternity, and I'll tell ya, I'm a bored stiff. The only thing that saves me from going stark raving mad is making up math puzzles using nothing but me own bones. Now watch closely, and just do as I say, or I'll surprise the life out of ye. Just watch me bones. Let me show you what I mean. What's the matter? Can't handle a little math puzzle? Now, you know that 1 and 1 don't come to 3. But can you fix her up so she makes sense? Just by moving one of me bones? And there she is. 1 plus 1 equals 2. You see? There weren't nothing to it. You eyelash-fluttering southern belles. Got the idea? Good, because you're to plunder the next puzzle without me help. First, let me shuffle up me bones. Now, don't be telling me that 5 plus 9 equals but 11, or I'll make you walk the plank, you hand cream using beauty school dropouts. Can you fix me bones so they make sense? Remember, you're to move only one of them, just like I showed you not a moment ago. All right, here's a clue for ye. Me bone you're to move has but a short ways to go. Only one number needs to change. What happens when you turn a 9 upside down, eh? Eh? Arr, enough! I'm bored to death. The answer is 5 plus 6 equals 11. You babysitter needing mollycoddle nurslings. I suppose I'll be needing to show you a second time. Arr! Next time, we don't have to do a puzzle, you know. Instead, I could take you to an ice show, or teach you to make pretty bows out of those ribbons in your hair, you pack of giggling schoolgirls. Arr!
Professor Rocket, and today in home economics, I'm going to teach you children how to make a pillowcase. Sound fun? Well, too bad, because we are really going to play some psycho math. Whoa, being a wise guy always makes my head explode. Okay, now for how psycho math works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I will show you some pictures. Now listen up. You figure out what numbers the pictures stand for and solve the problem. Are you ready? Then let's do some psycho math. Okay, let's start with the number of tusks on an elephant. Then add it to the number of donuts in a baker's dozen. Here's a clue. It's not the regular dozen. Then divide it by the number of ice cream scoops in a triple scoop sundae. Professor Rocket has a sweet tooth. In fact, he has 32 sweet teeth in all. Okay, now, you got the answer? You take the 2 elephant tusks, add it to the 13 donuts in a baker's dozen, divided by the 3 scoops of ice cream in a triple scoop sundae, equals 5. 5. That's the correct answer, and it ain't no jive. Now, get ready for the next one. The number of legs on a spider. Are you scared of spiders? I'm not. Divided by the number of bases on a baseball diamond. Then add the number of the date that Halloween falls on. How you doing? All right? Now, what does it equal? We got a creepy spider with 8 legs divided by 4 bases on a baseball diamond, plus the number 31 that Halloween falls on. And the answer is 33. 33. That digit's so cool it scares me. Okay, here is the final one. King Henry's number, the one with the 6 wives. Subtract the number of cells in an amoeba, minus the number of points of a star on the American flag. You got the answer? Let's go! King Henry was Henry the VIII, minus the one-cell animal, the amoeba, minus the 5 points on the American flag star, equals 2. 2. If you got it right, Professor Rocket sends props out to you. That's all I got today, so don't ask for no more. If you got all the psychomath right, you get a perfect score. Professor Rocket out.
Come on, you buckets of gold. Who are you gonna give to me? Get the loot! Instructions. Yeah. Next game coming up. Work. Greetings. Haunted house party.
Good evening and welcome to the haunted house party. You all seem so alive tonight. This evening you'll need to postulate who our mystery guest is. Can you take it? Too late! There's no turning back! Our guest of honor has just arrived. Now identify him or her so we can all get on with the fun.
Greetings, my expired friends.
May I take your apple?
Not unless you'd like to perish a second time.
No, thank you. It's just I thought I might hold it for you, sir.
When you say sir, do you mean sir or do you mean sir?
I don't understand.
That is to say that I am a sir, as in I have been knighted.
I'm sorry, sir. I mean, sir. Sir?
Listen. Do you realize that if this window were a prism and light came through it, it would cause a rainbow?
It wouldn't surprise me at all, sir. Sir?
Oh, seems I've dropped my apple.
I hope you don't think this is a stupid question, but don't you ever wonder why it falls directly to the floor?
Not since one fell on my head. I call it gravity. And yes, it is a stupid question.
Sorry, but I didn't get your...
Apple?
No, your name.
Oh, no problem. For I am
Wait! First, let's give our guests at home an opportunity to guess. Here are the clues. He's been knighted. He discovered that light through a prism produces a rainbow. And by having an apple fall on his head, he realized how gravity works. The mysterious mystery guest is...
Yes, I am Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton.
Sir Isaac Newton! You know that once the apple hit his head, his next discovery was... the headache! Tune in again next time when you're all invited to... the haunted house party.
Next game coming up. Job. Work. Greetings. Think! Tank!
Ahoy, me land jamming friends! This here's Captain Bob with a different kind of cool running. I can't get back to my beautiful home in Jamaica cause I'm stuck in this tank. No worries, man. I got me Rasta sub and me dreads swinging to the music. Look at this.
Can you help Captain Bob? He's jamming in his soul.
Okay, here's the deal. Now I'm gonna show you 3 things. And you got to tell me what they all got in common. But you got to do it before the water runs out of my tank. Let's go, gang. We got to get jamming.
Use your eyes, use your brain before his clues go down the
Like I said, we got 3 things. We got a camera, a basketball player, and stars. What do they all have in common? Quick, the level's dropping. A camera, a basketball player, and stars. We're almost at the bottom, man. Do you see it now? They're all things that shoot. Ain't that grand? A camera be shooting pictures, a basketball player be shooting hoops, and stars be shooting across the sky, man. Now this is fun. Next clue.
Before all Bob hits the bottom, find what these 3 got in common.
What's this now? We got a loaf of bread, the sun, and an elevator. Can you figure out what ties them all together? Think hard. The watcher's already running away. Come on, people. You got a loaf of bread, the sun, and an elevator. Hurry. That drain be glugging. Time's up, man. They're all things that rise. A loaf of bread rises in the oven. The sun rises in the morning. And the elevator rises until it goes down, man. Well, that's it for today. Join me in me take next time for another round.
We have Captain Bob. Now he's jamming in his song.
No, wait, right, left. Okay, right there, hold it. Next game up, Mugshots.
My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today we're interviewing 4 performers from the Ding-a-Ling Brothers Circus. 3 of them pulled off a daredevil robbery of an armored car yesterday. Remember, only one of these clowns is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying. Speaking of clowns, first up, Buttons Ha-Ha.
You're joking, Verity! I was rehearsing for my new act as a one-man band. I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
How does that sound to you? Are the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose all musical instruments? Let's move on to Pex Armstrong, the circus strongman.
You can't strong-arm me, detective. Yesterday, I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
That's quite impressive, Pex. But are those all metals? Now it's the Russian trapeze artist, Ivana Flipova.
Verity, darling, I'm innocent. I just flew back from Mother Russia this morning. That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Hey, I could look that good too, if I had that face and that figure. But is Russia really the biggest country in the world? Finally, there's Gilberto Whiplash, the one-armed lion tamer.
I didn't knock over an armored car yesterday. I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
One-armed knitting. He must be good. But does cashmere really come from sheep? Well, just like I figured, each criminal all but confessed. Did you spot the mistakes?
I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
Buttons is gonna be one sad clown. A caboose isn't a musical instrument. It's the last car on a freight train.
I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
The only thing Armstrong was bending was the truth. A terrarium isn't a metal. It's a tank where you keep plants and small animals.
I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
You'll have time to knit sweaters for the whole family where you're going. Cashmere comes from a special kind of goat, not sheep. Bye-bye, Whiplash.
That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Ivana's not just another pretty face. And she's not lying either. Russia really is the biggest country in the world. She just better stay away from my boyfriend, or that's one trapeze artist who's headed for a fall.
Hey, you chicks and chicklets. This is your most irregular radio scrambling DJ, Jumpin' Johnny Jumble. Or as we say here at Scramblin' Radio, Jumpin' Johnny Pumpkin. That's because here at Scramblin' Radio, we mix 'em and you fix 'em. In other words, my name is really Jumpin' Johnny Jumble. And I'll be shooting out the hits, chopping up the words, and it's up to you guys to try to make sense out of the whole mess. So let's roll this rock out of the cave and down your block with today's #1 hit. It's the Rearrangeables with Chromeo.
I'm sick of the sight of pencils. I'm sick of the sight of pens. I'm up to here with reading and writing and multiplication. I went to see the doctor. He gave me the bad news. He said, son, you got a nasty dose of the Chromeo blues. The Chromeo blues. The Chromeo blues. My brain is overloaded. It seems there's nothing I can do. I have to call my teacher. I think she needs to know. I gotta have a break from all this Chromeo.
Oh, man. That was the Rearrangeables schooling us with homework. Did you get it? I knew that you could. This may be hard to believe, but even Jumpin' Johnny can get tired. And when I do, I like to stop in at Casey's Trestasm place.
Hard or soft, king or queen, Casey's Trestasm are a dream. He's got prices you can't beat, 'cause his salesmen are asleep.
Whether you like 'em large or small, hard or soft, king, queen, or double Trestasm, be sure to make it a Casey's mattress. Did you get it before I got it? Oh, cool. And before we diaper up this baby and say goodbye, you just gotta hear this hot sound from Hopeless with Yed Matten.
Grandpa's gone and clogged up the bathroom. And the plumber says there's just one thing to do. He's using Yed Matten, the very best kind of Yed Matten. Stand back, 'cause he's gonna light the fuse. He's using Yed Matten, 2 big sticks of Yed Matten, but watch out, it'll blow all over you.
Whoa, exploding onto the charts, that was Hopeless with Dynamite. Oh, baby. Well, I guess it's about time to blow this popsicle stand, so this is Sayonara from Jumpin' Johnny Pumpkin. That's Jumbo. Dig it.
It's time for Crashbox Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how smart you really are.
Here are the clues. He's been knighted, he discovered that light through a prism produces a rainbow, and by having an apple fall on his head, he realized how gravity works.
Yes, I am Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton.
Let's go! King Henry was Henry the VIII, minus the one-cell animal, the amoeba, minus the 5 points on the American flag star, equals 2.
When you think of rodents, you usually think of rats and mice. But the king of all rodents has to be their big cousin, the capybara. Capybaras live in the Amazon and can grow to weigh as much as 140 pounds.
Lava can get very hot, over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Volcanoes also throw ash and rocks into the air. The larger rocks are called volcanic bombs.
Well, that's it for now. See you next time.